Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Pat Morin, and today I've got a review, kind of a comparison review, mainly between the MP M1 TC Sherman from White's, the white stress cap, Stevens dress cap. So this I already did a review on. This is the Truman 56 last. This is the brown ruffian. So I just wanted to show that to make a quick comparison in the end. So stay tuned for that. So as you can see from the beginning, the height is very different. So the MP M1 Sherman is a 6-inch boot. The Stevens dress cap is a 5-inch boot. As you can see, this is the significant height difference between the two. Well, I guess you can say it's not significant, but no, some people might feel the difference there. Both of these are Chrome XL. This one is the brown Chrome XL, and this one is the burgundy Chrome XL. Both have a single piece backstay, as you can see right there. Both have, the Stevens dress cap has maroon Pisca laces that I really like. I really like that company and what he does to make nice, affordable, and really high quality boot laces and shoelaces of varying different sizes. You can pick from small lace, small length laces to very, very long ones. The MP Shermans, I got the standard one. I got it during their Black Friday sale, and I ordered it on Black Friday of 2024, and I got it January 15th, I want to say. Yeah, I got it this week. Actually, no, it was like January 20th. So it took about 2 months to get here. I know the White's website says it could take up to 14, 16 weeks, but honestly, I got it in 8 weeks, and I got it on their Black Friday sale, so it went from about $725 to about $580, which was really, really nice. Really nice, high quality boots. I'm on the fence about keeping both of these. I'm not sure about Chrome XL leather. I'm on the fence. So stay tuned. Maybe I might put them up on eBay. I'm not sure yet, but these are the two boots. So I really like them though. They're very comfortable. They've got a leather insole, leather midsole, leather shank. Both of these are in their hand sewn stitch down leather. Now I'm not going to go fully into what stitch down is, or the hand sewn stitch down part and how it's done. I think Wes at Rose Anvil has done a great job at describing it. I also think Bootlosophy has done an amazing job at going into the detail of how these are made, and there's plenty of videos online as to how White's does it. It's up there, and I don't have the boot know-how or the full understanding of how they do it. I have a notion, but not enough to really describe it to you. Now, if we look at the quality is amazing on these boots. I love them. I've had Nicks, I've had other Whites, I've had Grant Stones and Jim Greens and Thursday boots. I haven't had any Vibergs, but that's personal choice. I don't see myself ever buying a Viberg and paying that much for a Viberg. So I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. The stitching is perfect on these. I know some people have had issues in the past with White stitching. However, on both of my boots, I really haven't had an issue. These are single row hand sewn stitch down. It's about 270 degree around. It's not 360 degrees. The toes are cap toe. They are structured cap toes. I don't like unstructured cap toes. To me, it just looks kind of funny and silly when the cap toe is squished and flattened over time. I'm not a fan of it. The Stevens does come with the broguing on the cap toe. I think I would have preferred to not have the broguing, just like the MP Sherman, but your mileage may vary. It's all personal preference at that point. Now, the eyelets and the hooks, the Stevens dress cap comes with 5 eyelets and 4 speed hooks. The MP Sherman comes with 5 eyelets, 3 speed hooks, and then top loop there for like a logger knot or whatever the hell you want to do with that and how you want to tie that down. I never go that high up. I never tie anything there myself. That's personal preference. Now, the tongues are not fully gusseted. The tongue on the Stevens, the gusset stops right at the 5th eyelet, right before where the speed hooks start. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's where the gusset starts on the Stevens dress cap. And then on the MP Shermans, the gusset starts right at the last eyelet as well, just like the Stevens. It's not fully gusseted, and honestly, it's not a big deal. I wear these in an office or with a suit. I don't really wear these for hard manual labor. I'm an attorney. I don't do hard manual labor. I used to when I was in the Army, but and when I worked as a project manager for my stepdad's construction company. But yeah, I don't do manual labor anymore. So I don't really need heavy duty work boots. I still love them. I ordered Nick's Built-It Pros, 2 of them, which I'll do a review on, the HD and then a regular one, mainly because I love the look, I love the style, and I love the comfort that they both bring. Now, these do have different lasts. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the MP Sherman comes on their MP last, and the white Stevens dress cap comes in their 50/50 Arch Ease last. I'm not a big fan of the Arch Ease last, at least not on a shoe like the Stevens dress cap. Now, I had a pair of Stockmans that I believe did have the 50/50 Arch Ease last, but they had a taller heel. This has a very short heel. I would say it's about 3 stacks of leather, and then the MP Sherman also has 3 stacks of leather. So when you put the shoe on, you can, if you have flat feet like me, I have terribly flat feet. Like if I put my feet down flat on the ground, there is no way to see on the other side of my foot. So that's how flat they are. These kind of bug me. I didn't have an issue with the Stockman because the taller heel kind of made up for it. But whenever I put these shoes on, it feels like there's a hump right there, because you've got your heel bed, where your heel sits, and then you kind of have a hump, and then you have the rest of your foot, because there's no taller heel. So the shoe kind of feels like this. So here's the 50/50 Arch Ease last, and then here's my flat foot. So then it has to go and do this until after wearing it a few hours, and then my foot kind of either 1, it sets in, I get used to it, or 2, I don't know if it's the leather that's just getting compressed, and so it kind of flattens out a little bit, but then it starts to be comfortable and I don't notice it anymore. But it takes, every time I put it on, every time, never fails, it just it feels awkward. The MP last, it's amazing. It's super comfortable. I wore it day 1 to work all day long. I didn't have an issue. I did have a hot spot on the top of my foot though, around here. For some reason, it just kept rubbing all day long. I wear wool socks. I don't wear cotton socks. I wear wool, and I don't know why. It rubbed right in this area, and by the end of the day, I felt a little uncomfortable. But when it came to the shaft and the vamp, it felt great. Everything else felt fine. It's just that one weird That weird, that weird rubbing. It was very strange. But other than that, they're comfortable. The Carl Borowski did a really good review when he took apart his MP Sherman and his Nix Americana. Now, the MP Sherman and also the Stevens Dress Last, I have not been able to find anything online. I've called White's. They said that it's only a double row stitched toe cap. It's not quadruple stitched. There's the stitching that makes it look like it's 4 rows stitched down on the toe cap, but in reality it's only the first 2, and then these 2 towards the toe closest to the toe is just for show. That's kind of unfortunate. I would have wanted them to be 4 rows. It's such an expensive boot, and you're paying so much money for the highest quality possible that just, I don't know, out of principle, I would want them all 4 of them to be fully stitched through into the vamp, and not just 2 for show and 2 that are actually stitched down. Now, the way I wear them, the reason why I still ended up buying them, 1, for the lower cost when it was on sale, but 2, I made the decision that as an attorney working in an office, I'm not working out in the fields. I could live with just having a double row stitched down on the toe cap instead of the 4. It's not really going to make a difference to me. It's not the durability is not going to be any different for me. But it's just annoying. It is full leather toe cap, so it's not like the Thursday boots where here's the vamp and then here's the toe cap. No, it's a full toe cap. But yeah, the Chrome XL leather is super comfortable. I love the comfort of Chrome XL, but I don't know, just something about it. I don't know if I'm a fan of Chrome XL leather. I've had many boots and shoes that are Chrome XL leather, and I don't know. I'm still on the fence about how I feel about Chrome XL. It's like a love-hate relationship, I think. Chrome XL leather is not struck through, so it's gonna scratch easily. It's gonna show over time that natural leather look. Some people might like it, some people don't. I'm not a fan. So you can see here also the brown Chrome XL, it's not struck through. None of them come with kilties, so if you want to get kilties, you have to buy them yourselves. And the eyelets and the speed hooks do mark the tongue up quite a bit. This is after just 1 wear. So it does get marked up pretty bad. It's another reason why I think I'll get rid of them. The brown Chrome XL actually wore faster than the Burgundy Chrome XL 8. I don't have as bad of an issue with speed hooks marking up the Stevens dress cap as I do with the MP Sherman. But then again, if I look here, I notice that the speed hooks on the MP Sherman actually do stick out from the leather, and they don't sit flush with it. So it is marking up the leather pretty quickly, versus on the Stevens dress cap where the speed hooks actually sit recessed on the leather, or at least just flush to where when I tie my shoes, it's not marking up the tongue. So it's something I just actually now noticed, and glad I did, so that way you guys can have an idea. I'm not a stickler for a stitch per inch. I've never really been one to be a stickler for that. I know some guys do really, they're sticklers for it. But I would say that on the MP Sherman, I'm probably getting 3 to 3.5 stitches per inch, I would say. And on the Stevens dress cap, I would say about the same, 3 to 3.5. No stitching out of place on the Stevens dress cap either. So, personal preference at that point. So the Stevens dress cap on the back on the back piece, it has only a double row stitch down for the one piece backstay. The MP M1 Sherman has triple rows of stitching on the back piece. No, it's the MP M1 Sherman is for heavier duty. I don't know how heavy a duty you want to take brown Chrome XL, service looking boot. I definitely wouldn't take these into combat, so I'm not going to call them combat boots. I know back in the day, World War I, World War II, these were the kind of boots, but modern day, I don't think I would take them. And these do come with the day-night soles. I don't know, they're pretty comfortable to me. I've never had an issue with day-night soles, so your mileage may vary. But that's one more thing. The Stevens dress cap, the eyes and hooks come with brass eyelets and hooks, standard. The MP M1 Sherman and the brown Chrome XL comes with the oxidized brass. Where I find whites being annoying compared to nicks, like for example, say I order a pair of Americanas, say I want to change the brass hooks or whatnot on them. There's the option there that I can change it, or I can just call up Nick's and be like, hey, I want to change this. How can I get it done? They'll say, this much money, pay it. They'll make the change. Whereas whites, I always have an issue with whites. It's always a pain in the butt when you place an order. Say I want to customize my, for example, I wanted burgundy Chrome XL8 MP Sherman because I like Chrome XL8 more than brown Chrome XL. But I didn't like the black speed hooks and eyes that the standard one comes with, and I wanted to get the discount when I ordered the boots. So I ordered the burgundy Chrome XL8, and on the notes I just put, hey, can I please get the oxidized brass speed hooks and eyelets, because they're the standard, and so it's not going to be more expensive. Going from the blacked out ones to the oxidized ones that would match, I feel, the burgundy Chrome XL8 a little bit better. They said, oh no, we can't do that. So they canceled the order, and it's like, they said, if you want to do that custom order, you have to call us in. But then I wasn't going to get the discount. So I'm like, oh, that's annoying. So I just went ahead and opted for the brown Chrome XL8, the brown Chrome XL MP Sherman that came with the hooks and eyes in the standard oxidized finish. Whatever. Whereas with Nick's, I wouldn't have an issue making a change like that. So that's one annoying thing that I find between whites and Nick's. Whites just, you have to call them and go through all the hoops. I don't like that. There's a notes section when you check out for a reason, I think, but then on the notes section they say, hey, don't make any changes here because we're not going to accept that. All right, fine. So take that for what it is. I find that slightly annoying. Doesn't make me hate whites, or it doesn't make it so I wouldn't order whites anymore, but it's just an annoying bit that I have with whites that I wish wasn't so. Oh well. But here is the Truman 56 last in their brown ruffian leather. Now the brown ruffian is very similar to like a brown Chrome XL in terms of how soft it is and pliable. Like it feels like brown Chrome XL, but it somehow struck all the way through, which I actually like that more than brown Chrome XL. However, I do like the MP M1 Sherman more than I do like the Trumans. Now the Trumans, they are Goodyear welted, and I would say stitch per inch is probably more than the whites. It's probably about 4. But I'm not a stickler for that, but I know some guys do like to know about that. Now the Truman is a 2-piece backstay. The hooks and eyes match. They're both like a brass oxidized. It's less oxidized on the Trumans than on the Whites MPs. And the Whites MPs are taller than the Trumans. So the Whites are 6 inches. The Trumans seems like they're taller than the Stevens dress cap, but barely. So the Stevens is a 5. The Trumans, I would say honestly, they're like 5 1/4, maybe 5.5 inches tall. Actually, I'll go with 5 1/4. And then the Whites MP Sherman are 6 inches. So if inches matter to you, I don't know. Go with the MP Sherman. But the last, I would say, is damn near identical. The 56 Truman last and the Whites MP last, I would say, are damn near identical in shape. I can't see a difference. Now, oddly enough, I just noticed this. The Truman heel is smaller and thinner than the White's MP heel. Now, also sizing. I am an 11.5 EE on all three of these boots. My Brannick is a 12 E on my left foot and an 11.7 EE on my right foot. So I just go with the bigger size. I go 11.5 EE on all of my custom P&W boots. And I haven't had an issue. They fit great. I tried 11 EE and the width was great on my Knicks, but the length wasn't what I needed, what I wanted. My left foot kind of hit the front of the boot. I've tried Iron Rangers and 11 EE as well, and the width was great, but the length was still off on my left foot. So I just opt for the 11.5 EE on all my boots from now on, and they work phenomenal. So just as a sizing note for you guys there, in case you're wondering. Yeah, the Truman 56 last and the Whites MP last, I would say, are damn near identical. Like, I really can't see much of a difference at all on their last. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see here. I don't know if you guys can notice much of a difference in the last, but I really can't. I think that they are absolutely identical. So if you want a cheaper Whites MP, maybe go with the Truman 56 last. I don't know, they're identical. Both very comfortable, but yeah, something for you guys to think about. And on the Truman, this doesn't, the lacing is very far apart. Like when I've got it on, it's like right here. Doesn't fully close all the way. Same thing with the MP, but the MP Sherman it gets much tighter and much closer together. So that's something that I've noticed. I haven't noticed any difference on how it feels or ruggedness or durability, but that's something I've noticed. And on the Trumans, the gusseting goes all the way to the last eyelet. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eyelets compared to the 5 on the MP Sherman. And then the Truman only has 2 speed hooks compared to the 3 speed hooks in the top eyes on the MP Sherman. But like I said, the gusset on the Truman comes all the way up to the last eyelet, just like on the MP Sherman. But in terms of height difference, where it starts, so the MP Sherman's gusset starts right here, and the Truman gusset starts right here. So actually the gusset on the Truman is shorter than on the the gusset on the Truman is taller, despite the Truman being a shorter boot compared to the gusset where the White's MP starts, even though the White's MP is a taller boot than the Truman. So that's something that I just noticed. So I hope that helps you guys. This has been a comparison review on all three. Hope you guys enjoy and stay safe.